And they've jumped away pretty well too, and one of the first out, Latin Saint, quickly went to the lead from Oriental Ruler.
Around Australia each year, there are 5 major handicaps over the metric mile. Dalmatia in Sydney captured the Epsom, the first of these. The second is the IXL, known as the Toorak Handicap, before Henry Jones IXL secured sponsorship of the event. The favourite was the Bart Cummings-trained No Pier, but a huge plunge was launched on the Marlborough Cup winner, Magari.
The rails, a half getting closer, one to Asheen, and then a half to Idaho's Gift from on the rails, Magari, and a length and a half away, No Pier and Pure of Heart. Down the hill at the 1,000, Oriental Ruler went up now to be about a neck in front of Avatar, a length and a half further back, Latin Saint, Wonder Brewery Boy, another length getting closer, Asheen's going around the outside from Idaho's Gift, No Pier eased off the fence, Pure of Heart and Magari together last, but they're only 4 lengths behind the leader. 800 to go, Oriental Ruler a half to Avatar, Asheen's got up third, Latin Saint travelling well behind them. Then No Pier has gone up about 5th on the outside of that bunch from Brewery Boy. Magari's badly snookered on the fence, Idaho's Gift whipping around them and getting closest back to second last, and Magari last with Pure of Heart. 5 lengths between them on the turn, where it's Avatar, Oriental Ruler, and on the outside of them Asheen. No Pier out about 4 deeps being called on for his effort, and then came Brewery Boy. No Pier's struggling and getting closer, pull to the outside. Magari looking for the run. No Pier can't win. Avatar in front. Magari getting out after him with Oriental Ruler and getting closer down the outside. Avatar in front, but Magari's coming all over them near the line, and Magari gets up to win about a half length to Avatar. A half head away third was Oriental Ruler. Racing. They've jumped away beautifully too, and near the inside, Rom Stiletto quickly bounded to the lead from More Rain.
The Group 1,000 guineas for 3-year-old fillies is always a high point of the spring in Melbourne and is looked to eagerly as the first real pointer to the Oaks Stakes. Rain on the day of the 1,000 guineas gave horses which raced near the lead a distinct advantage. Pat Highland on the sharp-edge filly Rom Stiletto made full use of this advantage. On the other hand, the top Sydney filly Emancipation was never a possibility.
And back towards the rear is Ensenada and Rayonia. Going to the 1,100 metre mark, Rom Stiletto a half length in front of Sunnyvale, and a length and a half further back then would be Gelsomino and Emancipation, trapped a bit deep in that wall of horses with Irish Heiress. Twilight Misses just behind them at this stage, and then came Formal Invitation, More Rain, the greatest making ground with Bacchetta out wide. 2 lengths to Written Wonder, and then Torn Monarch, Ensenada, I Like Diamonds and Rayonia. Rom Stiletto led with about 800 metres to go, but there's not very much in it at this stage. There's one trapped over on the outside of it as they come towards the 600, and Irish Heiress is there from Emancipation, still trapped deep. Gelsomino is there in the centre, and now More Rain starting to run on from Formal Invitation, Written Wonder. Torn Monarch a long way back. It's Sunnyvale and Rom Stiletto. Rom Stiletto going better than Sunnyvale on the corner. 2 lengths away in third placing now is Irish Heiress, and Highland goes for home. Emancipation's gone, it can't win, and Rom Stiletto sprinted away. 3 lengths in front of the 200. In second placing Irish Heiress, and then More Rain and Sunnyvale, but it's no race. Rom Stiletto's going to win by a mile. Down to the line, and Rom Stiletto's won by 4-5 lengths. Second Irish Heiress, More Rain third from Sunnyvale. Rayonia rattled home.
Rom Stiletto possesses a pedigree befitting a classic winner. Her sire, Sharp Edge, won the Irish 2,000 guineas and was placed in the English 2,000 guineas and Champion Stakes. Her Damn Show Shoes is a daughter of the Champion Sire Showdown, whose progeny have earned a record $5 million.
Racing. Gala Mascot, and on the inside, Queen's Road away well. Silver Bounty jumped in the air, missed it a little bit. Lady Eyes.
The rain that dampened the 1,000 guineas also brought about the undoing of many of the top fancies for the Caulfield Cup, run the same afternoon. Caulfield Guineas winner Grosvenor was sent out favourite at 6-1 in a wide-open betting race. He was one of 3 runners trained by Jeff Murphy. An important riding engagement was champion jockey Brent Thompson, who took the ride on Murphy's other main runner, Gurner's Lane.
I had the opportunity to ride Brewery Boy and Chiraco, but my own feeling was that the horse was fit, and he'd benefited from that hard racing and that he'd run in the Metropolitan and whatnot, and I'm sure there wasn't a fitter horse in the race, and even if maybe there was a doubt that he would not handle it, he was surely going to, go a fair way because of his fitness.
Prince Gurner's Lane, then a length and a half, Wellington Road, Astralin sneaking up on the fence from just a dash deep. There followed a length further back then on the outside by Silver Bounty from Queen's Road, and then Veloso and Port Carling. 1,300 out in the cup. and Brewery Boy a length, Paraparap a half to Grosvenor, Wonderland Lotto, and then Lady Ice over on the inside from Shirako. Wonder Birchwood about sixth, and Carringbush trailing it from Gala Mascot, 1.5, Gurner's Lane, Cossack Prince. Then a length to Just a Dash, Astral in, a length further back, Silver Bounty, Queen's Road, Veloso and Port Carling. 10 lengths cover them with 1,000 to go. And here Brewery Boy, but Carringbush has let go suddenly round the outside, has gone up quickly to hit the front. And Carringbush and Paraparap at the 1,000 or the 800, a length and a half now. Birchwood third. Grosvenor's moving up along the rails, and then Lancelotto. Brewery Boy's gone quickly. Gurner's Lane is moving through, and Cossack Prince next under the whip. Then Veloso taken to the outside, and they were followed by Lady Ice and Silver Bounty. With about 500 to go, Carringbush the leader. A half-length Paraparap. Gurner's Lane's running on very doggedly next. Gala Mascot got up the fourth. Grosvenor's hard ridden, and they were followed further back in the field. Then Birchwood dropping out of it. Veloso pulled about 15 wide. Carringbush the leader, but Gurner's Lane grabbed him quickly into the straight, and Gurner's Lane sprinted to the lead. Gala Mascot's out after it from Carringbush, and they're followed by Port Carling, but Gurner's Lane streaking away from them in a heavy going, and Gurner's Lane's going to score a big win in the Caulfield Cup. Gurner's Lane wins by 6 lengths. Gala Mascot has run second, third placing Veloso, fourth
Gurner's Lane
Carringbush.
is by Sir Tristram. Yes, another one. And set the champion Irish bred stallion well on the way to his first Sires Premiership. His dam Toyota was a fast filly who was bred on an identical Sovereign Edition Leafaloo cross to the former Horse of the Year, Surround. Gurner's Lane provided Thompson and Murphy with their first wins in the Caulfield Cup.
We've already seen how Kingston Town came back to form in Sydney to win the George Main Stakes. After that win, the champion was sent to Melbourne, where his first mission was to win the Group 1 Caulfield Stakes on October 9. From there, Kingston Town went on to tackle the WS Cox Plate at Moonee Valley, Australia's most important weight-for-age race. The King had won the Cox Plate the previous 2 years, and no horse in history had won the 3 Cox Plates.
On the inside. They're off now. And caught them in a perfect line. McGarry jumped very well. Over on the outside, My X-Men going up quickly, and just in behind them, Kingston Town, followed by LA Bijou as they come down the straight out deep on the track as Deb's Mate and Fearless Pride is going up towards the leader. 500 metres left to go in the Cox Plate, and Fearless Pride has gone to the front, a half length to My X-Men on the outside. Lawman is third. Kingston Town is running about sixth, coming up towards the home turn with about 400 metres left to go. Fearless Pride is being tackled by My X-Men on the outside. A length and a half to Lawman. They're followed by Grosvenor, hard-ridden Kingston Town, LA Bijou as they straighten up, 200 to go. My X-Men on the outside has taken the lead from Fearless Pride, and Grosvenor coming home well down the outer. Kingston Town is starting to fly. Kingston Town is coming after them quickly. Kingston Town, Grosvenor as they go to the line, and Kingston Town, a great run. Kingston Town has won it from Grosvenor. My X-Men third, Fearless Pride is fourth.
A remarkable win, which clarified once and for all that Kingston Town is one of the greats. With regular jockey Malcolm Johnson suspended, the mount on Kingston Town went to Peter Cook.
Consequently, the stage was set for the opening of Australia's greatest racing carnival, the traditional 4 days of springtime racing at Flemington. Opening day is Derby Day, which is widely accepted as the finest single day's racing in the country. This year, the Derby was valued at a record $200,000. The outstanding trio of 3-year-olds, Grosvenor, Cossack Prince and Veloso, was set for another exciting tussle, as recent racing had failed to unearth a possible challenger.
Very towing out, and 2 attempted fair gates, fly back and racing. Cool River jumped out very quickly on the inside with Bright Man looking for the lead from Dynamo. Then Grosvenor, Cossack Prince out deeper, and they were followed then over on the inside by Mon Rafael. Straightening 500 metres left to go now. Brightman still led by 2 lengths. Second was Cossack Prince. They're followed by Dynamo. Grosvenor about to sprint up quickly with Veloso. They're making their runs together, and then Prince Comedy and Malvita. 300 metres left to grow, and Grosvenor on the outside moved up to grab the lead from Cossack Prince. Veloso finishing fairly well, and they're followed then by Cool River. 200 left to go, and Grosvenor's grabbed the lead in the Derby by a half length. Cossack Prince coming in on the inside. They're well clear of Veloso, but it's Grosvenor on the outside, and Grosvenor's going to win the Derby. Grosvenor wins by 3 parts. Cossack Prince 6 lengths away, third Veloso.
What an incredible season for Sir Tristram and for trainer Jeff Murphy. Murphy, 56, is renowned for his deeds with 3-year-olds, having handled such top-liners as Surround, Sovereign Red, Beau Sovereign, Savoy, Gurner's Lane and Bravagini. Grosvenor is owned by Jeff Tobias and Tom Maltby and raced in partnership with the trainer's wife and daughter. Over a period of 6 years, Manicato has been Australia's champion sprinter. And at Moonee Valley on October 23, the great galloper earned his millionth dollar. He is only the second horse to earn $1 million in stakes in Australasia, Kingston Town being the first. Manicato's Moir Stakes win earned him a crack at the Group 1 Pure Pack Stakes of 1,200 metres at Flemington on Derby Day.
Papal Bull jumps sideways away quickly. He's a Haze and Razor Sharp is going very fast towards the insider. So is Flying Dolphin just in behind them. Maya Beater followed by Rani's Palace, and further out on the track then came Bulgetta. And they were followed by Stellina in behind them, Manicato and Avatar. And then came Montrose Lass, 850 metres left to go, and He's a Haze has taken the lead by a length to Razor Sharper. In third place is Papal Bull, followed closely by Maya Vita Harpagus further back in the field. Then came Manicato on the outside of Rani's Palace. Up with them also is Stellina, and they were followed a bit further back in the field by Panama City, a length and a half to Buljet Avatar. And further away in the field, Foregone Conclusion, and last of all is Montrose Lass. 500 metres left to go. He's a Haze joined by Papal Bull. A length to Razor Sharp on the inside of Maya Vita. Manicato is going well just behind them, making his runner. Harpagus a bit further back, and they're followed by Rani's Palace and Avatar joining in down the outside with Foregone Conclusion. 250 metres left to go. Papal Bull is tackled by on the outside Manicato, Avatar and Foregone Conclusion. And Foregone Conclusion, Avatar on the outside. And Foregone Conclusion has taken the lead close to home, and Foregone Conclusion will win it from Avatar.
Foregone Conclusion is a lightly raced gelding by the former top-class sprinter Triton. It was another feature Group 1 win for Bart Cummings.
Although accorded Group 1 standing, the LKS McKinnon Stakes on Derby Day is not your usual 2,000 metre weight for age race. Rather, it is usually contested by many of the horses who are being groomed for the Melbourne Cup 3 days later. This year, the race was to be a consolation stake for the New Zealander My Axman, who had the misfortune to bump into two outstanding gallopers in Kingston Town and Grosvenor in the Cox Plate the previous week.
And then Miser Raven, carrying Bush back second last, and still last was Gurner's Lane. On the turn, 600 left to go now, and over on the inside, Deb's Mate, joined by Rare Form, didn't make the turn that well, but went back towards the inside, and Rare Form went to the lead from Deb's Mate. My Axman coming off the fence, starting to go after this leader. They're followed by Miser Raven, and then carrying Bush and Gurner's Lane. 300 to go, My Axman on the outside, moved up quickly to Rare Form. They've got 250 left to go. My Axman the outside from Rare Form. They're clear of Deb's Mate inside the 200 metre mark, and My Axman on the outside now grabbed the lead, ducked in on top of Rare Form, and Gurner's Lane coming from last, charging down the outside. My Axman kicked away a length and a half clear, and My Axman's going to win the McKinnon by a half length. Great run, Gurner's Lane second. Miser Raven, not a bad run, third either. Then
a good win to My Axman, but the performances of Gurner's Lane and My Sir Raven made both of them emerge as top fancies for the Melbourne Cup.
Takes you to Caulfield.
Surges on from 2 down busy. Aliard is absolutely flying in.
Just racing from Benalla, Stall and Gawler. Caulfield Race Day, live on racing.com.
Betting on the Cup, as always, was fast and furious, with more than $60 million being invested on the race Australia-wide. Kingston Town was favourite for most of the wagering, until a mammoth plunge was launched on his stablemate Just a Dash, which firmed from 10 to 1 to 11 to 2, and consequently replaced Kingston Town as top fancy. Gurner's Lane, Miser Avon and Queenslander Wellington Road were next in commission. Before a crowd of 91,500 people, they're set for the 1982 Melbourne Cup.
They're racing. Port Carling and Kingston Town first out from Noble Comment to the roar of the crowd. LA Bijou away quickly, going up towards the lead, and Carringbush showing pace wider out with Rose and Thistle. Gala Mascot is handy in about 7th, placing 2. They were followed by Brewery Boy. Triumphal March is stuck out wide, and Thompson trying to get across somewhere. And Miser Raven and Tohar and Dealer's Choice settle down at the rear. Onto the course proper, Gala Mascot, Noble Comet and Carringbush, and they're crawling. Kingston Town's angling towards the rails, now in 4th placing and gets it. Triumphal March has been allowed to ease up on the outside towards the leaders at this stage, or rather it's Brewery Boy and Kingston Town on the inside. And it's Brewery Boy taking a narrow lead from Noble Comment, Carringbush, Kingston Town, Gala Mascot. Port Carling on the inside is next from LA Bijou, followed by Rose and Thistle. Behind those horses, Bianco Lady, a length to Astra Lynn. Lynn. Then came Dry Wine at the judge. Behind it is Just a Dash, and then 2 lengths to Triumphal March and Wellington Road. Couple of lengths to Mr. Digby, and it was followed then by Amaranth and Silver Bounty. Further back, Magistrate, who's wide on the track. Gurner's Lane in on the rails, and then came Barmax, My Sir Avon. Dealer's Choice second last, and last of all, Toha. 2,000 out, and the leader now, Brewery Boy, pulling 1.5 lengths, Noble Comment. 2 to Carringbush, 1.5 lengths, Kingston Town, perfectly positioned from Gala Mascot. 1 to Rose and Thistle, Port Carling, LA Bajou pulling hard, and then Just a Dash. They're followed by Triumphal March. Thompson's going to whip around them with the slow pace on. Whack behind it is Just a Dash, and then came Wellington Road, taken to the outside from Astra Lynn. Then came Bianco Lady, Dry Wine, 1 length to Silver Bounty and Amaranth, and behind them is Mr. Digby. Then 1.5 lengths further back is Gurner's Lane on the inside of Magistrate and Barmax from My Sir Raven, Dealer's Choice and Toha. They've got 1,600 to go now in the Cup. And the leader, Brewery Boy, on the inside, but he's not having things his own way as Carringbush pulls up to join him. 1.5 to Noble Comment, and 2 lengths then to Triumphal March and 1/2 to Kingston Town. 3/4 to Gala Mascot, and they were followed by Rose and Thistle the outside from LA Bajou. Port Carling on the inside, and then Wellington Road and Astral in 1 length, Bianco Lady. Fair followed by Just a Dash, and behind it is Dry Wine. Gurner's Lane on the inside, awkwardly positioned from Magistrate, and then came Amaranth being niggled at from Barmax. Back behind them, My Sir Avon towards the rear with Mr. Digby and Dealer's Choice and Toha together last. Down with 900 to go, they race now. And Brewery Boy a 1/2 length in front of Carringbush. Challengers are coming all around the place, however. It's Noble Comment and Kingston Town 4 deep going up to join them. Gala Mascot there with Triumphal March also. Port Carling going well but can't get a run. Kingston Town took the lead on the corner in the Cup, narrowly from Noble Comment, and they were followed by Brewery Boy, Carringbush and Triumphal March the centre. Here's Astralin coming into it and Port Carling getting out. Noble Comment and Kingston Town, who's under the whip of the leaders, are coming up them on the outside now is Avon Valley. Next is Astralin and Port Carling. Kingston Town in front of the 200. 1 length to Noble Comment. Gurner's Lane getting a split now. Kingston Town in front. Gurner's Lane flying on the inside. He's coming home like a train. Kingston Town joined by Gurner's Lane, and Gurner's Lane gets up to win the Cup. A neck to Kingston Town. Third Noble Comment from My Sir Avon, Bianco Lady. Then Wellington Road, Port Carling, LA Bajou. Next in the field, Amaranth.
Gurner's Lane, a poor quality foal who was almost put down by breeder Patrick Hogan, had completed the rare Caulfield Melbourne Cups double as the result of a superlative ride by Mick Dittman. But shouldering 59 kilograms over the 3,200 metres under handicap conditions, it was Kingston Town who gained the admiration of the big crowd. The win gave Sir Tristram a new record for season's progeny earnings, with only 3 months of the year completed. The 1982 VRC Oaks was one of the most exciting finishes of recent years. While Rom Stiletto stood out as the classiest filly in the field, many doubted the extent of her stamina, especially after watching her get beaten over 2,000 metres 5 days earlier. But a change of riding tactics ensured Rom Stiletto was given every opportunity to run out the distance.
On the track, Confessions, 1.5 lengths to Homemade. Wide on the track came More Rain, dropping in behind them the greatest around the outside of My Sweetness, followed by Son of Vale, forced very deep as Rayonia. 1.5 lengths further back, dropping out third last, Ensenada on the inside of Carringbush Lady, and tailing out to the rear, Miss Clicker. Onto the riverside of the track they travel, and it's a compact field, and More Rain had moved up on the outside to take over by 1.5 lengths. Rom Stiletto on the inside of Confessions, and going around them quickly, Rayonia. They were followed one off the fence by Homemade, 1.5 lengths, Son of Vale on the outside of My Sweetness, back on the rails, Royal Regatta. 2 lengths to Sky Rain on the inside of Measured Tread, 1.5 lengths to English Wonder. 2 lengths further back as Carringbush Lady. 1.5 lengths further back as Ensenada on the inside of the greatest, who's got back second last, and Miss Clicko last of all. 1,700 metres left to go, and More Rain is joined now by Son of Vale, 1.5 lengths to Rom Stiletto in the box seat. Close up behind them, Rayonia. Back on the rails, getting a nice run as Royal Regatta there, followed by Homemade on the outside of My Sweetness. 1.5 lengths Confessions, who's covering Sky Rain. 2 lengths further back as Measured Tread on the outside of Ensenada. 1.5 lengths English Wonder, about fourth last around the outside of Miss Clicko and Carringbush Lady. And 2 lengths away in last place is the greatest. Along the back with about 1,300 metres left to go, and Son of Vale went to the leader. About 1.25 lengths clear of on the outside, More Rain, and back on the rails, Rom Stiletto, followed by Homemade going forward on the outside of Rayonia. 1.5 lengths to My Sweetness as they pack up. Back along the inside is Royal Regatta on the inside of Confessions going forward. So is Carringbush Lady, and Sky Rain is there on the inside. 1.5 lengths further back is Measured Tread. They're followed closely by Ensenada on the inside of the Greatest. Next to last, Miss Clicko, and the favourite has dropped out to last, but now going forward, English Wonder, as they race up in the direction of the 800-metre mark. Sunnyvale about a length to Homemade, who's now second. 1.5 to Rom Stiletto, who's had the run of the race on the inside of More Rain. 1 length to Rayonia. They're followed by Royal Regatta coming into the picture along the inside, and she's followed closely around them by Confessions, carrying Bush Lady. At the head of the others further back is Measured Tread, followed by English Wonder starting to go forward as they round the turn, and they were followed by Ensenada. Many chances at the top of the straight, and Sunnyvale is being tackled by Homemade. 500 to go. Rayonia pull to the outside is coming home well, looking for a run on the inside. Rom Stiletto followed by Royal Regatta. More Rain down the outside, carrying Bush Lady, followed by the Greatest, and English Wonder right over on the outside is starting to unwind her run as they come down with about 300 metres left to go. Homemade is being tackled by Rom Stiletto, who's got through on the inside. Homemade and Rom Stiletto clear from Sunnyvale, followed by Confessions, Measured Tread. It's Rom Stiletto on the inside, taking a slight lead from Homemade close to home. Homemade is battling back on the outside. Rom Stiletto, Homemade as they reach the line. Rom Stiletto, I think, has just won it from Homemade. Third home would be Confessions. Racing now, Pride of Century, Del Macy the first to bound out from Avatar. Foregone Conclusion, Cobra away quickly, and so is getting closer.
The final day of the Melbourne Cup Carnival is highlighted by the running of another major mile, the $116,000 George Adams Handicap. This year, it featured the clash of 3 exceptional Group 1 milers, Magari, Dalmatia and Getting Closer. Dalmatia was short-priced favourite at 7 to 4.
Foregone Conclusion, 2 lengths further back in the field, moving up a second last around the outside. Beach Boy and Magari's got back to last, coming down towards the 1,000. And here's a great go for the lead now on the outside. Ranger's Son is taken over by an Nectar Cobra. 1.5 lengths Oriental Ruler on the outside of Avatar. Back along the inside, Del Macy in company there with Getting Closer. 3 deep is Blue and White there, followed closely in the field by Beach Boy around the outside of Foregone Conclusion, followed by Pride of Century, has got back to second last as the field packs up, and Magari is last of all. They're coming up towards the home turn, 600 metres left to go. It's Cobra on the inside and Ranger's Son together. About 1.5 lengths Avatar over on the inside of Oriental Ruler. They're followed by Blue and White putting in a runner, and further back in the field, Beach Boy is starting to come home well. Del Macy is back along the inside, awkwardly positioned at the moment. Getting closer, starting to come home well down the centre, and they're followed by Pride of Century looking for a run. Foregone Conclusion, and wide on the track, Magari, anybody's race, 250 metres left to go. Getting closer has taken the leader. Magari starting to flash home down the outside, and Foregone Conclusion in the centre. Getting closer, being tackled by Magari and Pride of Century on the inside. Now it's Magari moving up on the outside of Getting Closer, and Magari as they go to the line. Oh, very tight, Getting Closer. Oh, Magari almost a dead heat between the pair of them.
Marvellous Magari. 3 group wins in 1 campaign and defeating every big-name sprinter in Australia along the way. Magari was syndicated later in the season and now stands at Clearview Park Stud in Victoria.
Sunday, celebrate Christmas country style with live coverage from Bendigo and Bordertown.
Front runner, my mate Sonny. Magna Pur is coming, so's the post. Magna Pur over the top.
Bendigo Race Day, Sunday, live on racing.com.
The circuit of major racing carnivals now moves 2,000 kilometres across to Perth, where their first Group 1 race for the year is run just a week after the George Adams. Victorian Derby winner Grosvenor was a long odds-on favourite, with the top local colt Rare Flyer the only other one considered.
Lord Hawk and 3 lengths Surprise Moss past the 700. Grosvenor by 1 1/4 over on the inside. Rare Flower ahead, Sanitate. 1.5 lengths then 2 on the inside. Cheeky Trot, Quist still a wide. Shagamara in the centre, and 1.5 lengths to Lord Hawk, Bold Class and Surprise Moss as they approach the turn now at the 450. And Grosvenor by 1/2 over Sanitate. Wonder Rare Flyer. Then came Cheeky Trot from together again, Questilla, and next in behind them Shagamar for home. Grosvenor joined by Rare Flyer gaining an inside run. Sanitate down the outside. Cheeky Trot coming home from Questilla, but at the 100, Rare Flower in front. Over Grosvenor, Sanitate and Cheeky Trot. It's Rare Flower in front. Grosvenor trying to lift, but Rare Flower's got the Derby won. Rare Flower's won the Derby by a length over Sanitate and goes away third.
The $100,000 West Australian Derby was a triumph for local breeders, with a quinella of homebreds. Rare Flyer is from the same Turn 2 sire line as Sir Tristram, Habitat and Roberto. The winning jockey was Mark Sestich. Kingston Town arrived in Perth shortly after the Derby to be prepared for the Perth Cup. His first outing in Perth was in the 1800-metre Western Mail Classic, WA's top weight for age race. Although he'd never raced in the West, Kingston Town was given a hero's welcome.
He was last, running to the 800 metres, and Glencannon taken on by Kiwi Bride. Poised right behind them, a length away was Rare Flyer, and a length behind him came Cheeky Trot over on the inside of Getting Closer. Kingston Town is going up on the outside, followed by Little Imogen on the inside. Then came Whiskey Lover, followed by Layout. Grosvenor now starts to improve around them with Galleon McAlfee, and back to the rear go Limrack and Orbital Lady at the 450, and it's Kiwi Bride in front now from a stablemate Rare Flyer. Cheeky Trot getting up behind them, and there goes Kingston Town around the outside with Getting Closer. In behind them Galleon, Grosvenor, and out wide McAlfee for home. Down to the 100 and 200 they come, and Rare Flyer joined by Kingston Town on the outside. Getting Closer behind them, Cheeky Trot, Grosvenor and McAlfee. Kingston Town getting closer, and Rare Flyer. Kingston Town ahead in front, Getting Closer, fighting back, but the champion's got it won. Kingston Town by a length.
The onset of a four-leg injury after the Western Mail Classic kept Kingston Town away from the racetrack for the rest of the season. He departed with the outstanding record of 41 starts for 30 wins and 7 minor placings for an Australasian record of $1,606,240, and only 7 horses in the world have ever earned more. The focal point of the entire West Australian Carnival promotion is the Channel 7 Australian Derby, which at $300,000 is only a $10,000 trophy short of toppling the Melbourne Cup as Australia's richest race. Grosvenor, despite 3 failures in Perth, was sent out an odds-on favourite ahead of local colt Sanitate, with Grosvenor's stablemate Sir Trout third choice at 6-1.
Afghan Zyder looking to get close to the rails. A length away then to Art Roy from Sir Trout and Cheeky Trot, and one to Sanitate last. Leaving the straight and going to the 1800 metres, Paragon of Virtue by a half together again, followed by Long Range. Grosvenor down on the inside. On the outside to Afghan's Idol from Art Roy, a half on the rails to Sir Trout, 1.5 to Sanitate, and 2 to Cheeky Trot last, running down now to the 1600. Paragon of Virtue by a length and a half, Long Range, third together again. Grosvenor fourth on the inside of Afghan's Idol. Art Roy planted out 3 wide, and 4 wide was Sanitate, but he's starting to improve. A half over on the inside to Sir Trout, and 2 to Cheeky Trot last, about 8 lengths from the leader, which is Paragon of Virtue at the 1400 by a length over Long Range. A neck on the outside together again. A length and a half Afghan's Idol and Grosvenor. 1 to Sanitate, 3 wide from Art Roy over on the rails to Sir Trout, and a length and a quarter Cheeky Trot as they go to the 1200. And Long Range is now taken over by a length together again. Paragon of Virtue. Sanitate driving up quickly. Grosvenor Park right behind them on the fence. A half Afghan's Idol followed then on the outside by Art Roy and Cheeky Trot, and a length away last Sir Trout, but only about 5 lengths cover them at the 900, where Paragon of Virtue's made another dash to go to the lead once again. It's Paragon of Virtue by a half a length over Long Range, ahead away together again. A length to Sanitate, followed by Afghan's Idol. Art Roy and Cheeky Trot going quickly around the outside. Grosvenor's been pushed back to second last, and Sir Trout was last. They race up now. 700 to go in the Derby, and the filly Cheeky Trot has gone to the lead ahead over Paragon of Virtue. A length and a half behind them came together again Sanitate, then Art Roy. Sir Trout off around the outside. Grosvenor can't get a clear run, followed by Afghan's Idol. Dropping out the last was Long Range around the corner at the 400, and Cheeky Trot by a neck over Paragon of Virtue. A length and a half together again, followed by Sanitate. Around the outside goes Sir Trout, followed by Grosvenor. Down to the 220, Cheeky Trot in front, joined by Sanitate, and they were followed by Sir Trout, and now Grosvenor getting clear with together again. Sanitate went to the lead at the 50-metre mark. Sanitate's got it won. Together again, Sir Trout and Cheeky Trot, but Sanitate's Derby by 2 lengths together again. A length away third.
A very vigorous ride from Rodney Kemp on Sanitate. Sanitate is a Perth-born colt with a pedigree strikingly similar to that of 2-year-old champion of last season, Rancher. Grosvenor had absolutely no luck, but was obviously nowhere near the form which enabled him to win the Victoria Derby so convincingly. Later in the season, Grosvenor was syndicated for a reported $1.2 million. At $175,000, the Swan Breweries Railway Stakes at Ascot on New Year's Day is the richest of the 5 Group 1 handicap metric miles in Australia. With Victorian McGarry having proved almost unbeatable under such conditions, the only horse to have tested him, Getting Closer, was looked upon as the logical winner in McGarry's absence. This time at least, the facts and figures men were spot on.
Where the Grey Sapphire took over by 2 lengths now over Tsar Royal, a half to Portinari, a length and a half National Image on the inside of Tangiers, 1 Bizet being followed followed by Heron Bridge racing on the outside of Getting Closer. 1 to 4 gone conclusion from Papermaker. Down on the inside came Kiwi Bride. In behind them, Nitro Lad being followed by McAlfee. Then came Whiskey Lover from Hallpack's Image, Admiral Star, and My Bet went the last at the 700, where Grey Sapphire taken on by Bizet, 3/4 to Portinari, a length to Tangiers and Tsar Royal. On the inside next was Heron Bridge, a length and a half behind them, Papermaker being followed by Getting Closer. Then came McAlfee, 4 gone conclusion, Admiral Star, National Image, and well back on the home turn, Nitro Lad, Whiskey Lover, Kiwi Bride, Hallpack's Image and My Bet, but at the 400 metres and Bizet showed the way from Portinari. Grey Sapphire in behind them came Heron Bridge, followed by Getting Closer around the outside, McAlfee, and then came Tsar Royal and 4 gone conclusion down to the 200, and Portinari took over by 2, Heron Bridge, then Getting Closer, McAlfee and Bizet, but at the 100 is Portinari by a length over Heron Bridge, and here comes Getting Closer. Portinari from Getting Closer, Hallpack's Image getting out, but Getting Closer's got it. Getting Closer by a head over
The Railway Stakes was the biggest winners and owner for leading East